It's the Johnny Kendhammer podcast, episode 10. Today we will talk about overcoming approach anxiety. Hey guys, I'm still in Brisbane. It is Sunday night, almost midnight. I'm just chilling on my balcony, looking at the city lights, seeing the river and the bridge that's all lit up in the background. For Brisbane being such a big city, it is very quiet. It is so much different than Minneapolis. In Minneapolis, you would hear motorcycles, you would hear traffic, homeless people yelling all night, all hours of the night. It was literally crazy. It was one of the worst cities I've personally ever lived in. I never will go back. But Brisbane has been great so far. It has been great for the 60-day challenge. I'm on day 12 of that. For those of you guys who listened to the previous episodes, the challenge is I'm going to do 10 approaches a day. I'm going to record a YouTube video or this podcast, and I will journal every day so that I have a clear understanding of the things that I did, what I'm doing well, things that I can work on, cool experiences that I've had, any dates, sexual experiences, just how the interactions went in general. I post just a short little breakdown of all my interactions because it's helpful for me. I think if you guys are looking to improve your dating life, if you're in your 40s and you're single and you're not happy with where you are, the best way, you really have a few options. You can do speed dating. And if you're going to do that, you're not going to get the highest quality girls. You're also going to be in a lot of competition with guys that have the same idea as you. They're not capable of talking to a girl on the street or make her feel good at a bar. They probably will go to a bar and just get super wasted and just hope that she picks him. That's another alternative outside of speed dating. That was typically my model for getting women up until I found my ex-wife. My whole idea was go to a house party, just get super drunk. Some girl will see how fun I am and how funny I can be when I'm having some drinks. And then she'll choose me. And that's basically how I got together with my ex when I was 21. And then once we got divorced, that was my game plan again for quite a while because that's what I knew. I thought that's how I was my best self. I thought that was when I was my most fun. I thought that's kind of I just thought that was what you did. So you have that option. You can do the speed dating. You can do online dating, which I think is great to get dating practice. If you get a good profile and you know how to message, it's really not a lot of work. It's kind of a cheat code because you just have to follow the same structure. I have a sequence from a girl tonight that I'm basically leading to a straight to the house date. I can post that, probably make a short out of that, do that later. But once you know the texting, you have the framework, it's really not anything special. You're not growing as a man, but because you are able to get dates, you will start to filter out some of your neediness. You will have abundance. I know a lot of what turns women off is neediness because guys don't have a lot of abundance. So they're just trying to meet this girl. She's the best option for them. They don't want to lose that opportunity. So they will try to lock her down right away. And then she's going to run away because now you're chasing her instead of having her chase you. So you could do online dating. I highly recommend you take the time to get a good profile and learn some messaging. I'll do my obligatory self-promotion. I do have the siren breakdown that'll show you exactly how I'm getting dates scheduled typically within 5 to 7 messages. I'm getting their phone number, and that's how I'm getting it to lead to dates. I will make a breakdown of how I got this girl to basically agree to come over to the house for some mischief. But yeah, definitely if you're not happy with your dating life, start there because you can get a lot of practice. You can filter out a lot of girls to see if you even like them. The more dates you go on, the more you won't be nervous and you will get a lot of great experiences. You'll have interesting stories. You'll find out the kind of girls you like, kind of girls you don't like, behaviors. You'll learn a lot about yourself. You'll learn how to give girls a good time and make things interesting. The girl that I went on a date with today, I had approached yesterday in the street. She was on the phone talking to her friend. And I saw her. I went in. I have not been hesitating this week because I've been doing the challenge. We'll get into that here shortly about the approach anxiety aspect. But I did approach her while she was on the phone, and she lit up. She loved this because most guys will never do this in the first place, so it really makes you stand out. It is basically a superpower. Girls love this. So she lit up. Her friend starts laughing because this has never happened. I'm calling out basically how random it was. But I also had to call out the fact that if I did not do this, she would walk by and I would never see her again. So this made her very happy. And she was on her way to a Tinder date. So she was already in a good mood talking to me because we had a good conversation. We're flirty. I was teasing her a little bit, giving her a good time. Got her phone number. She recognized me. It turns out that we had matched on Tinder, and I just didn't message her back because I've been busy with my own stuff, doing cold approach. I prefer to do that to meet people. So she recognized me, but so yeah, where was I going with this? But yeah, she saw me, and then she went on her date. She was kind of drunk last night, and she was sending me these texts because she was very impressed that I approached her, but I had not messaged her since I had met up with her because I had left my other phone at home and I just didn't think about it. So I came home about midnight last night to some messages about how she was drinking and how her Tinder date sucked, and she wished I would have stayed longer. So I met up with her today. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I teased her for being so drunk. And she was saying that her Tinder date did not know how to lead, for one. He didn't know how to set up a date. Apparently, he's not from Brisbane. So he made her set up the date, which, if you guys ever do this, it's called fucking Google. Figure out a plan. You are a man. You have to lead interactions. This was something that I never did in my marriage. I was not a leader, but it's something that I had to learn if I was going to build attraction and to just become a man. As a man, you need to lead. You need to problem solve. So look on Google, find a good coffee shop, tell her to meet you there. Not that hard. So he was already off to a bad start. He couldn't lead. He wasn't able to lead conversations. Everything was just about, what do you like to do with work? What do you do for fun? Why do you do that? What's your favorite color? Like, just boring stuff. So she's really not happy with this. This is the importance of learning this skill set. It is a skill set. These are things you can do to make women feel good in your presence, that they want to see. Me going out, taking the initiative to stop her while she was on the phone on her way to a Tinder date that she didn't really want to go on. She had been at home for the last 3 days, just watching Netflix, bored, didn't want to go to work. So she decided to go on this date. So she's already not looking forward to it. And because she's been on so many Tinder dates before, meeting with guys who can't lead conversations or give her fun, enjoyable experiences, know how to flirt, she was not very excited. So it was just interesting to me that she sent me that voice note basically wanting me to come back out. So that was interesting. But the whole point of this, and getting off a tangent again, is cold approach is going to just separate you out from other guys. Online dating is going to get you a lot of dates. That's great. Definitely do that. You'll improve your skill set. You'll start to learn how to lead dates. It is important to make a girl feel good. You know what you're doing. You don't want to be the nice supplicating guy. A lot of guys on these dating apps, because they've never worked on themselves, they are the nice guy and they will do and say anything to get these girls to like them. I see this all the time. They'll agree to liking things that they don't actually like. They'll try to lock this girl down right away because they don't know when the next girl will come around. And a lot of this is because most guys have terrible dating profiles, so they're just happy when they get one date. But you don't want to be that guy. You want to give girls great experiences, great emotions, make them feel good, show that you're a man. And doing cold approach is going to be the best way to do that. That's been my experience ever since I've learned about this 7 years ago. I realized just how impactful it can be. It's something that I focus on a lot. I have taken breaks here and I've regretted it. A lot of those were self-inflicted. A lot of that was because of approach anxiety. A lot of that was just circumstances. But it is going to make you face your fears of rejection. So getting into approach anxiety. This is the biggest thing that prevents guys from ever getting the dating life that they want. It is very, I'm not going to say it is very nerve-wracking because, once you get going, it really isn't. But your brain will tell you that it is. Your brain will tell you that this is the worst thing that's going to happen. I can't do this. What if she judges me? What if somebody sees me? What if she's not happy? What if she doesn't like me? What if this happens? Like, your brain will come up with all these excuses not to do something. And I'm sure most of you are aware of this, but this goes back to caveman days, where if you get rejected by a woman and it's the alpha male's woman and somebody sees you, you're going to get ostracized from the group. And if you get ostracized from the group and you get banished, you are going to die. So it's just an innate fear that we have, but it is not real. We do not live in those times anymore. This is something that your mind will play tricks on you with. So everybody has it. Don't feel that you're special. Your anxiety, your approach anxiety is not worse than everybody else's. It's just part of the deal. Like, you're going to have to deal with it just like everybody else. Approach anxiety did prevent me for many years really getting the dating life that I wanted. I was getting some results, and a lot of that was because I would use alcohol to mask my anxiety. When I was drinking, it was very easy for me to just be social, have fun. I wasn't worried about the anxiety because I numbed it. But then when I was sober again, I didn't know what I was doing. The anxiety was even worse. I know when I was living in Vegas, a lot of the times I was smoking. So it was always like, I will go do an approach after my cigarette, or let me get one more drink, then I'll do it. Like, always these excuses. I do this when I was in Texas, for sure. Anytime I would do day game early on, Boston, Texas, anywhere where it was a little bit difficult and I was new and starting out sober, it was very difficult. I would walk around for a few hours, not do anything, think, oh, I'll get it next time, or I just don't want to right now. It's too busy. It's going to rain. It's too hot. Just all this stuff. So I face this stuff. Everybody faces it. It is part of the game. You have to get over it. But what I found to be the best thing for me to do is I had to determine what I wanted, and I had to make a decision that I was going to do something to get there. So back in the day when I was doing this stuff, my main focus was more partying. Like, I wanted to get girls, but I didn't make a decision how I was going to get there. So I think for me, the best thing to get over approach anxiety is make a decision and do something, commit to doing something. You have to make a decision and commit to it. Otherwise, you're going to walk around for hours every day and just say, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll do it again later. I know there's hundreds of videos out there about 5 things you can do for approach anxiety, and this will get rid of it forever. You can just do these little tips and blah, blah, blah. I don't think that shit works. I've watched those videos hundreds of times. I still had approach anxiety. I still wasn't getting anywhere. But once I committed to doing an approach a day, this started in Minneapolis, I committed to do 1 approach a day. It did not matter how it went. It did not matter if I got their name. It did not matter what I said. My initial commitment was, I'm going to say hi to a girl every day. I'm going to say, hey, I saw you. I thought you looked very nice. And then many times I would just walk away. But because I made that commitment, I was not allowed to end my day until I did that. So there was nights where it would get to be midnight and I didn't do it, and I would have to go walk the streets around the bars or wherever and just tell a girl, hey, I saw you, I thought you looked very nice, and then I would leave. But because I made that commitment to myself, I was going to get this done, I did not have a choice. And approach anxiety was not a factor. I needed to get it done. So I was going to do whatever it takes to do it, because I want to be impeccable with my word. I want to do the things that I say I'm going to do. And it really helped me. It really got me going. After 2 weeks, I was finally able to ask somebody's name. After another couple weeks, I was able to have conversations. Another couple weeks after that, I met a girl that I was seeing for a couple months. So it paid off. It was definitely worth it. Every time I did it, it made me feel better about myself. It helped my skill set. It made me just a little bit more confident. It made me a little less needy, because I wasn't doing this to get validation for others. I was doing this for myself. I committed to doing this. And I did this for basically 90 days up until I started dating this girl. And then I stopped doing it because I was like, okay, well, I'm in this relationship. I don't want to, I guess, make it seem like maybe it's cheating or just didn't see the need for it anymore. I wish I would have kept it up because one, it is good for your skill set. It is good to still be a flirtatious guy. Like you just do it. You don't have to sleep with anybody, but it is still that good skill set. So I did this up through my relationship. And then once we got in the relationship, I took a break from it. And then once I got to Mexico, it was the same thing. Like I wanted to do something that I could do every day, that I would do. So something that I could do, that I would do. And I committed to it. I said, I am going to do this because I am impeccable with my word. I am that kind of guy. I do the things that I say I'm going to do. It doesn't matter if it's uncomfortable. It doesn't matter if it's tough. If I say I'm going to do it, I will do it. I will find a way to get it done. So I did the one approach a day in Mexico, had a lot of results there. In Playa, if you've never been, I highly recommend it. It is a great spot if you're just getting into dating, if you want a place to just kind of chill, relax, nice sunny environment. It's very healthy. A lot of great entrepreneurs there. It's very relaxed. You meet girls from all over the world. It really changed my dating life around. I highly recommend it. Get a good dating profile, get that figured out. Go down there. You can get some Tinder dates. You can get some dating experience while you do the cold approach so that you're getting dates and you're building your skill set up and just your masculinity and your mindsets. But I did the one approach a day in Mexico, and I did that for 70 some days up until I got to Australia. And it was because I committed to myself, I was going to get this done, that I didn't care about approach anxiety. Yes, I had it. I would see many girls that would walk by that I would say, they're just too hot for me. They look like they're in too much of a hurry. They're in a group. They're doing whatever, like all this stuff your brain will tell you to not do it. So I had to go through that. I would walk by plenty of sets, but when it got to midnight and I wanted to go to sleep, I went out and I did a hard set if I had to. If there's a group of 2 girls in a restaurant, I went up and just said, hey, I thought you guys looked nice. I wanted to come say hello. And then I would go home. There's no pressure after that. My only objective was to say hi. I saw you. I thought you looked nice. And it really just helped kill out the anxiety a little bit more. I still had it because I was not doing it consistently enough. I was only doing one a day, but at least I was doing it. At least I was getting out there. I was taking action. I would meet girls that were excited to see me. Some girls you'll meet and you'll just click and you'll just have a conversation. You just say, hi, I saw you look very nice. And they light up and you're just excited to be there. But at least you're giving yourself that opportunity. You're not worrying about these tricks of, if I just say this stuff to myself before I go in, or if I meditate this way. It's like, nope, I committed to do this. I have to get it done. That's the kind of man I am. Fuck it. I'm going in. I got to get it done. I want to go to sleep. It was basically a lot of nights I wanted to do it just to go to sleep. If I get this done, my day is over. I can go to bed. I'm happy. Let's do this. Let's go. I'm at a new level now because I started this 60-day challenge where I'm doing 10 approaches a day. And because I committed to doing so many approaches and it's very difficult to get this done, I'm not hesitating anymore. I see a cute girl that I want to see if something would happen. I go in immediately because I don't want to walk around for hours and hours and hours and hours trying to find 10 cute girls. And if I miss 3 of them because I have approach anxiety, it's going to take me much, much longer to find those quality of girls. So for me, having the 10 a day has made it really not much approach anxiety. I see a girl, I go in, I see what happens. A lot of them are blowouts. A lot of them are me just kind of forgetting what to say in conversation, just feeling a little bit nervous. Like I am still nervous in the set. I don't really care so much about what other people think because I know I just want to get this done. I have to get in. I have to get my 10 done. But the approach anxiety is not so much of an issue. Now I'm at the point where I'm trying to remember things to say, give them a good experience, not just ask a bunch of questions, not be like, I want to be playful. I want to be flirty. I want them to play the game, cat and mouse, push pull, like very much just a fun, flirty vibe. Well, that's where I'm at now. But The approach anxiety is not so much of an issue because I'm taking a lot of action. I'm taking massive action. So 10 approaches a day, I don't have the capability to not to let girls go by. I don't want to be out here all day. A town like Brisbane, it's midnight now. The streets are basically dead. I don't want to have to go find random bars to try to get in 3 extra approaches or walk the streets forever. So I gotta go in immediately. I don't have time for approach anxiety. So I think if you are struggling with approach anxiety, you're not alone. Everybody has it. You're not fucking special. You are a man. You're going to have to face your fears. If you want to meet beautiful, attractive women, you're not alone. Every other guy on the planet wants beautiful women in his life, whether he says he doesn't, and he wants to be one of those men who go their own way and they want to bitch that all women are red flags and that they're terrible. That guy, if there was a naked girl in his bed, he would want her. He's lying to himself if he says he's not. So everybody wants these women. But 99.9% of guys will never have the balls to go approach them. That is why it is a superpower. You make girls' days. You make them feel special. You change their lives. It makes you a much better man. You're going to have to, if you want to grow, you have to face pain. And yes, approach anxiety is scary. It is something that's new. It's not going away. If it was easy, everybody would do it, and then it wouldn't be special, and then we would not get any girls. That's the way it goes. So it's your duty as a man, as a guy who's looking to grow. If you want to grow, if you want to become more masculine, if you want to be that guy that dates attractive women, if that guy goes for what he wants, he's not afraid of what's going to happen. He's not worried about what are people going to think of him? What if this girl doesn't like me? He just goes in, gives the girl an opportunity to meet him. If she doesn't want that, that's her prerogative. That's no big deal. I'm just going to go out about my day. So for me, when this happens, a girl gives me a weird look. I've had it a couple times today. I asked a girl if she'd be interested. We can go get a drink. And she said, no, I'm not very interested. And you just, okay, thanks. Have a great day. You go on about your day and on to the next one. Not a big deal. That's their right. You're just giving them an opportunity to meet you. I know for me, if I'm in a woman's life, I'm going to make her life better. I'm going to give her great experience. I'm fun and playful to be around. I'm adventurous, spontaneous. I know that we would have good times together. I'm great at sex with them. There's no way I would not be a positive impact on her life. I just have to give her the opportunity to meet me. And you're not going to get that if you're not approaching. If this is something that you're struggling with, let me know. Join a call, message me in school group, comment on YouTube, whatever. Get the shit figured out. If you want to change your dating life, do it now. I wasted years. I'm sure if you're listening to this, you've probably wasted a lot of time that you didn't need to, walking around, assuming that I'll just get it done the next day. I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll do it when I'm less busy, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I did this way more than I can count, wasted so much time. Now I'm in that process now where I don't want to wait. I'm 42 and a half. If I ever want to find a girl that I'm going to have kids with, I don't know if that's the ideal plan or not, but either way, I want to find high quality girls. I want them in my life. I want to figure this out now. I don't want to wait till I'm even older because then it's even more difficult. And I'm still working on the same skill set. I want this shit figured out now. I know exactly the kind of girls that I want. I know what kind of man I have to be to get there. You can watch that video I made the other day talking about how I'm going to get a girlfriend in 2026. I definitely need to be that guy. If I want a very hot girl and she's wanted by every other man, what is going to make me stand out? Well, one, going up to her completely sober, being able to give her a good time, give her a good conversation, be flirty. If that's going to stand me out against basically all the other guys that she meets through at the bar or wherever. It's just something that you're going to have to do. Figure out, if you don't want this dating life, then just say you don't want it. It's not a big deal. No one's going to care what you do with your time. If you would rather sit at home and watch TV or watch YouTube videos about approach anxiety and just hope that more and more content's going to help you, You can do that. Just admit to yourself that you're afraid to do it and it's not that important to you. I mean, that's kind of the only solution you have. It's either important to you and you're going to do what it takes to get the result, or it's not that important to you and you're just going to tell yourself that you'll just do it later. That's why I committed to the 60-day challenge. It is important for me to get this shit figured out now. I want to take as much action as I can. It's not something that I think of like, oh, I'm super excited to go do 10 approaches today. I should switch my mindset to that so it's a lot easier. But most of the time, I don't want to do it when I get that first one. Before I do that first one, I'm kind of worried about what girls are going to think of me. And then I see it and I go in because I don't want to waste that time. So I hope this was helpful. I don't know if it is. This is just how I've been overcoming approach anxiety. I've watched these videos before. You see this clickbait shit of get rid of approach anxiety forever. Do these 5 things to minimize your approach time and all this stuff. That stuff might help. It didn't help me really. Kind of got me in my head more than anything. What worked for me was committing to myself. I am the kind of guy that does the things he says he's going to do. I am impeccable with my word. I said I would do 1 approach a day. I will get 1 approach a day done, no matter what. I don't care if I have to go to a grocery store in the morning or in the afternoon, or if I have to go walk the bars late at night, or if I have to go talk to some old lady in a convenience store, whatever. I'm going to practice my social skills. I am committing to it. You don't have to do anything. But if you want the result, you have to take action. Like, that's just the way it is. So ask yourself, is this something that you really want? Is this really, really, really important to you to figure out? Do you want to improve your dating life? Do you want to become that guy? Do you want to be that guy that keeps his word to himself, to others? He's impeccable. He talks nicely to himself. He talks nicely about others. He's not judgmental. He's a man who can lead. He's masculine. He goes for what he wants. If you want to be that guy, you're going to have to take actions that reflect that guy. So if you want to be that guy, do a 30-day challenge, do a 60-day challenge, commit to doing something, one thing. If you want to be more social, commit to every day for 30 days. I will just say, hey, I thought you looked very nice. And then you can leave, you can stay in, you can do whatever you want. There's no pressure after that. That helps get rid of the approach anxiety. You just say, I'm just going to do this. You're going to feel nervous a few times. That's part of it. That's how you grow. If you're not pushing your comfort zone, you're just going to stay in your little bubble. Like that's not going to grow you as a man. So this will grow you. It's the best thing that I've ever done. Just committing to saying, I'm going to do it. And then once you make that decision, it's done. There's a choice. There's a difference between a choice and a decision. A choice, you can change your mind, which is what I think a lot of us do when we're going out. I'm going to choose to go out and do approaches today. And then you get out there, you walk around for a couple hours, you don't really do anything. I'm going to choose not to do it now. It's too difficult. There's just, that girl looked a little mean. I'd rather just get home and the football game's on. I'd rather just do that. I'm choosing not to do it now. Whereas if you make a decision, I've decided every day I'm going to do an approach. Does not matter how, where, whatever. It's getting done by the end of the day or by the time I go to sleep. And that changed everything for me, making the decision. I guess that's it. There's about almost 30 minutes there. The date went well today. She was a very cute girl. She's I guess probably not going to see her again. She wanted to leave midway through. She sent me a message. She just broke up with her boyfriend a couple months ago. She's not real comfortable with like physical touch and intimacy. And I mean, I told her it's no big deal. She can go. Walked her out of the park and that's it. No big deal. But she was very impressed that I stopped her on her way to her Tinder date. She thought it was very impressive that I took initiative, that I took action. It's something that no guy's ever done for her. She mentioned it felt like a movie moment when she texted me last night. And I think you'll find that many girls, even if you just say, hey, I thought you looked very nice and leave, they're going to say thank you. They're going to be very happy that you talked to them because a lot of people don't get any sort of attention throughout the day. It's very easy just to go about your day, put your headphones in and just ignore everybody. People at the grocery store, most people don't ask them how they're doing. It's just, hey, scan my stuff so I can leave. And you can really just see how you can make people's day, make them feel good, give positive energy to the world. I think it's really important. It helps me just be more free, charismatic. I like to give. I like to make people feel good. I like to see people smile. And that's something you can do. I wasn't always like this. I was very shy and quiet and didn't know what I was doing. But you have to decide if that's what you want to do. If you don't want to do that, if you want to sit at home and play video games and watch movies, then just say you want to do that. That's fine. No one really cares. It's your life. You can do whatever you want. But if you want to fix your dating life, if you want to meet attractive women, if you want to make new friends, if you want to live in new places, you have to commit to it. You have to take actions that are going to lead to that. So stop making choices and choose to make a decision on it. All right, we will leave it there. I'm going to do 10 approaches a day every day this week. That's the goal. That's the challenge. I got a few dates set up this week. I am writing my field reports every day, putting those in the school group if you want to follow along, kind of just an update on what I'm doing, thoughts I'm having, how my dates are breaking down. It is mature content, so be aware of that. I am breaking down how the experience went, things that I'm doing, things that I've learned, things that turn these girls on. So go from that. You can read more about the date today. I'll get much more specific on what happened, my thoughts on everything. So check that out in the school group. If you are struggling with your online dating, I'll promote this again. The Siren Framework. This is how I'm getting phone numbers on Hinge, Tinder within like 5 to 7 texts. I pretty much mastered this. That's why I don't necessarily do online dating. It feels a little too easy to me. I like the thrill of the cold approach. But going on all these online dates is what really got me comfortable on dates, because now when I approach a girl and I set up a date, I'm not nervous to go meet them, whereas I used to be before I had all this experience. So take the time, get an online dating profile that's going to get you matches, and then follow this framework. It's going to make you stand out. A lot of guys, like I said, they don't approach, and then a lot of these guys don't know how to text either, so they're frustrated. They're not getting the dating life they want. They're sending messages that aren't engaging, they're not attractive, they don't lead to dates, they're not leading is basically what it comes down to. Whereas this framework, it'll lead you to how to get a phone number so that you can get on a date. You're not trying to be text buddies with these girls. All right, I'll leave it there. It is 12:06, so I gotta get this posted. Journal, get to bed, try to get back on a sleep schedule. Got a date tomorrow set up. Things are going very well with the 60-day challenge. I highly recommend you guys do something the same. If you want to change your lives around, you got to do something different. Let me know how I can help you. Love you guys. Peace.